a lot of the movies that we had gotten in the past kind of gloss over that for some reason. And not to say that they don't acknowledge it to some degree, but not in the way that this new one did. The gadgets, the fact that Bruce Wayne himself is a recluse and he's not the kind of playboy that we've seen time and time again. He's going through some real you can tell that he's fighting trauma, and and the juxtaposition of his trauma versus the Riddler, the obvious trauma that he's going through. It meshes so well, and you have like this crazy movie that's working on so many levels as far as that. It's a very emotional piece, and I love it. I love it so much. I don't know if it's my favorite, and this is maybe a hot take. I don't know if it's my favorite. I feel like I still really, really love Dark Knight. That Dark Knight might be my number one. But that's just a personal thing. It's not that I really think that The Dark Knight is a better made film. But there's just something about it that I can't say in my heart that I love this better than The Dark Knight. Going to the midnight screening and everything that was built around Nolan coming back with that film, it still holds the indefinite key to my heart, I guess. But as far as somebody trying to do something to top it, this one comes really, really inches close, in every way, pretty much. Let's talk about the action is peppered through. It's not too much, it's not too little. They give you varying, degrees of everything, as far as like it feels like there's some real detective work happening, but then when the action takes off, it really sucks you in, and you feel like, invested, and there's a big payoff with everything. The runtime is long, and I feel like that's the biggest gripe that I've heard with reviewers and regular people, is that it's a little too long, or it could have been shaved down. But when I watch it, I don't know. I don't know. Thinking of it from an editor perspective, I don't know what I would have shaved down. I feel like everything fits in there, and it moves pretty quickly. It kind of flies by. I don't know, but yes, this movie rules. I've seen it a lot of times since it's come out. And I, like we've both said, I can't wait to see what a sequel is going to look like.
Yeah, dude, definitely. Especially getting to, we didn't get a lot of Bruce. It's going to be interesting to see how that factors into the second one. I know a lot of people, I saw a lot of people griping about the fact that his Bruce Wayne kind of isn't, that's not how Bruce Wayne's supposed to be. But he's still very young in this. It's only his second year doing this. And it's, what is he like? What is it? Would you say like 10 years removed from his parents being killed?
Yes.
So he's still going through like that, like you said, all that trauma, and having to then take over, everything that his parents left him is weighing heavy on his shoulders. And you can see that in spurts of his Bruce Wayne. He just doesn't want to deal with it. So it's going to be awesome to see that aspect in the sequel. What he brings to Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, especially a big thing that this movie does is that it touches on it kind of it strays away from giving us the origin story that we've seen time and time again. Uh
Mhm.
and um but the big and spoilers, if you haven't seen the Batman, please press pause and go watch it first, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna drop some stuff in here that are considered spoilers. So spoiler alert right now, but um, the Riddler pretty much exposes that Bruce Wayne's family, his parents who are deceased at the time, obviously that the film's taking place, that they maybe had done some bad stuff or corrupt stuff, or had some, kind of skeletons in their closet. And that's not something that we've seen, at least cinematically, before that I can recall. And it really fucks with Bruce, as he's dedicated his life and all of this stuff to basically seek out vengeance for his family. And he's now conflicted throughout once he realizes what's going on through this movie, if what he's dedicated his life to even has any merit, and I find that very, very interesting, in that he's like almost losing like hope in a lot of ways, where he doesn't know if he should stop or keep going, or you know what I mean, right? So it's like Riddler has really psychologically fucked with him in this movie, and they do a great job at showing that, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, dude. That whole scene when he finds out and he rushes to go talk to what's his name?
Falcone.
Falcone, yeah. And it seems like Falcone kind of already knows what he's there for,
Yes.
Just like what do you want me to tell you, kid? That your dad wasn't, corrupt or whatever. And then him rushing to um, Alfred's bedside, and that whole scene with him telling him, telling Alfred, you basically lied to me my entire life, and everything he built and everything he's trying to build is basically built on lies and built on corruption. But yeah, dude, I definitely like that aspect. I really wasn't expecting it. Breathe like this fucking huge, big breath of fresh air into that stale old storyline of his parents dying.
Yes, exactly. They pulled kind of like a what Tom Holland's Spider-Man storyline did, but then kind of one-upped it. You know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. It just it hit differently, in all the right ways. And shout out to fucking John Turturro for being so fucking good in this. I think I read that him wearing the glasses all the time was just his idea. Like he just wanted to do that.
And can we talk about how, like, what Michael Giacchino, his score is like, that's fucking score is embedded in my head now. Every time I think or see or hear about Batman, like that is fucking Batman's theme now.
Yeah, it's like completely just washed over everything. Which is, when you think about all like like Hans Zimmer and all these big composers that have kind of take a stab at it before, kudos to this guy for fucking just coming out and murdering everything, because it's crazy. It's like a westerny Batman, the entire thing. It just feels kind of like reminiscent of Ennio Morricone, in a lot of ways, in
Yeah.
my opinion. Just super epic And
fucking dark and brooding and angry.
And you don't mind listening to it like isolated. Like it's not something that's like, oh, you know, you need the how do you say the film to appreciate it. No, you can throw this on and you're like just, at least in my opinion, into it, like no matter what.
No, dude. The week that came out, I had it on a repeat. That'd be the only thing I'd be fucking driving to work, just smash and fucking Jakino scored. Hyping myself up to go fucking do what I do at work, but thinking I'm fucking fighting crime.
My question for you is, and I can't remember if you told me or not, but did you get a pressing when Mondo did the drop online a while back?
Okay, first off, for all you listeners here, he's bringing this up. I'm just kidding. Nah, dude, I did not get I did not get that pressing. But you know what? Let's tell everyone right now what you got over the weekend.
So I was incredibly lucky. I don't know how I pulled this off, but I went to Comic-Con Thursday and Friday. Mondo, they have different drops for pretty much every day of the Comic-Con weekend, and I believe Friday they had an exclusive variant for this score that we're talking about right now. And it's housed in a Riddler style envelope, and it's pressed on, I think, clear smoke, which is beautiful, even though I don't even want to open it. But to cut the story short, I stalked the Mondo booth, even though they made it every year it gets crazier and crazier, but I guess Mondo this year you had to set up time slots through your Comic-Con ID just to get tickets to go and purchase something on the days that you were there, right? And then so when they open, you can't just get in line for the booth. You have to have a virtual ticket to spend money, essentially. Crazy, right? And so every day it's not open to the general public, to the con, until about 2:30 or 3. So the first day, Thursday, I go over there and I get in line, and I'm like, wow, this is crazy. There's no line, and I forgot that the Batman record wasn't till Friday. So I get in line trying to buy it, and then I realized at the last second, oh shit, today's Thursday. So I just broke my own heart there. I'm like, okay. But I was fortunate enough this year to get another ticket, and I was able to go to Friday. And you know, we were hovering over the Mondo booth all morning. They kept telling us to come back. It was still only time slots. We come back like at 2:32, and the line's short. They say, we ask, can we jump in line yet? And they're like, yep, you can jump in. We get in line, and we're like, I'm like sweating bullets because I'm gonna get up there to the front, and they're gonna say, yeah, we just sold out of the record, and it never happened. I got inside the booth, and I asked for the Batman soundtrack, and they were like, yeah, here you go. And I was just like, wow, I cannot believe that I got everything that I wanted this year, because that usually doesn't, something happens, and what I want is they oversell it, or it's not on the day that I go. Something happens, and this year I made everything work for me, and it was amazing.
Yeah, whatever. No, I'm just kidding. No, dude, that's fucking awesome. And dude, I was thinking about it, like, shout out to Mondo. Like, they could have charged fucking like $80-$90 for that fucking record, and I'm sure people would have still bought it. But for it to be fucking $50, like, I think that's a fucking steal.
Yeah, that was on the lower tier of everything that they had for sale. All the exclusive